Yo, what's good YouTube? What's up PlayStation Nation? I'm just here to give you guys a quick little video, just giving you my review on the Scuf gaming controller for the PS4, the DualShock 4. You guys seen the unboxing video that I did about a month ago. You know, showing that I got the Scuf controller for the PS4. You know what I mean? Wanting to give it a go and see if it does improve my game as far as, you know, first person shooters, which, you know, my game when it comes to first person shooters is god tier already. So I wanted to see if it can elevate my god tierness you know, to godly proportions when it comes to first person shooters. But yeah, I'm gonna just give you my little review with this controller, man. This is basically like probably my first game. I think this is my first game. I recorded this a long time ago, but I just never did the video because, you know, I wanted to get a few, you know, a little time with the controller, you know, using it with other games. Like I was using it with Uncharted the other day. I used it with COD. I used it with Battlefront, and, you know, just wanted to give it a full review, you know, as far as just my experiences with these other games, but mainly COD, because that's like the main shooter that I play when it comes to PS4. I didn't play Killzone with it yet, because I took off Killzone off my PS4, because that's a lot of you know, gigs on the PS4. That's like almost 60 something gigs right there on the PS4. But yeah, so let's get right to it. Let's get to the feel of the controller. The controller feels like a souped up PS DualShock 4 in my opinion. The DualShock 4 is basically my favorite controller to use. This is one of the main reasons why I like PlayStation a lot, because I'm so used to the form factor when it comes to the controller, as far as the sticks, the D-pad and those things like that, where the placement of where the R1 buttons and the L1 buttons, the R2, the R3, I mean not R3 but R2 and the L2 buttons are, you know what I mean? I'm just used to that fact. So what they did with the controller is basically they added like a little bit a grippier, more texture to the DualShock 4. It's not that plasticky feel, it's more like a matted type feel. And then you can put the grips on the back as well, which the DualShock 4 also had like good grips in my opinion. Like, this controller is not going to drop out your hand. That little grooving they have in the back, it's not like it was a terrible grip, it was pretty good. But here they put like a little more plasticky, matted type grip on the back as well, for the Scuf controller. The R2 and the L2 buttons are still the same, you know what I mean? R2, L2 still the same. L1 and R1 is still the same. Those still in the same placement. They do feel the same, just the textures feel a little different, but as far as the actual button, they're the same. Nothing really changed with that. But also what I did with the Scuf is that I like to have like longer sticks. So I got with the Scuf controller, I got me a concave and I got me a domed stick. So on the left stick is concave, on the right stick is dome, and I just like to have that because I'm so used to like PlayStation controllers, you know, they have that kind of dome kind of thing with the DualShock 3. So I always like the dome for my R3 to move around and zoom, you know what I mean? And the concave I just got used to pretty much on the DualShock 4. So I got that for the L stick, so I won't lose any grip on that or anything like that, which is good. So I always like the medium because it just makes me a little bit more precise as far as when I'm aiming and stuff like that with a controller. Then they added a little Scuf button. Nothing really changed. Nothing really too much changed about this controller outside of the stick length and how the stick actually feels. It's not that plasticky thing that PlayStation had in the original DualShock 4. It's more of a grippier, you know, rubber on the stick. And they added basically these paddles. And the paddles is the really game changer for the controller, because with the paddles, now when you play in a first person shooter, you don't have to take your thumbs off the stick. You know, you can just keep it there because you have however you want to set your paddles to. If it's X or if it's circle, X in Call of Duty, jump and circles like go to prone and stuff like that. So now I don't have to take my thumb off of the stick when I'm aiming or when I'm jumping. I can keep it precise on the target, what I have to shoot or what to kill, which is it's a simple concept, but it comes in so handy with it, because there's a lot of moments where I'm playing COD before the Scuf controller, and there's times where I'm jumping and I take my hands off of my finger off of the R3 stick, and then I would die or something because I didn't get in time to aim at that dude. That little slight second you can just die from, you know what I mean? And it does cause a little difference, because now when I'm playing, I'm jumping, I'm sliding, and I'm definitely aiming while I'm still doing that. There's some point where I don't have to take my finger off anymore. And I do like that a lot about the Scuf controller. It's very simple controller. Nothing really changed about the controller outside of that aspect, but that's a big deal when it comes to first person shooters, you know what I mean? So you're constantly, your fingers is constantly on the stick. And as I said, like, as simple as that sound, it's like, oh, why should I waste that much money on something like that? But if you play like how I play when it comes to first person shooters, you will easily get it as far as when it, just playing more competitive like COD and all that stuff, or whatever first person shooter game you play, you know what I mean? And yeah, like, that simple little concept really plays a big part of it. And the thing that I like about the paddle, it's not really like loose, you know what I mean? Like, I like the Elite controller, but one of the things I hate about Elite controller, which I do like about it but I don't like it, is the fact that the paddles is too loose. Like, it's so clickable. Like, if you just tap it a little bit, it's gonna register, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta pretty much take your hand basically off of that paddle. And the way how the Xbox One controller is placed, how the form factor is with the controller, it's very hard not to click it. So sometimes I just take it off and so I won't have to deal with it. But here with the Scuf controller, I can place my fingers on it, like I usually do anyway. I can place like a finger on it, my middle finger, whatever it is, and it won't basically click unless I put the pressure on there. And I like that a lot, you know what I mean? That comes in handy big time for me when it comes to this game, and as far as the paddles. But yeah, it's a pretty much a good length when it comes to the paddle, so you have a lot of room to put your finger on there and click it anytime, so you can put 2 fingers on there, you can put 1, it doesn't matter. You're gonna have the time to do it, and it's pretty dope. I like it a lot, man. That's the huge deal when it comes to this controller, you know what I mean? The jumping around, not taking your finger off the controller, is just huge, you know what I mean? I do like that a lot, and that's why I give this thing like a high praise, because it does come in handy, and I like it a lot. So due to the fact that it's my most preferable controller to use this generation, and the fact that now with the first person shooters, I don't have to worry about taking my fingers off the controller or the stick, I have to highly praise this controller. Highly suggest it, you know what I mean? If you have the money to burn or whatever like that, I think this is the way to go when it comes to just playing competitive, when it comes to first person shooters, you know what I mean? So overall, I'm giving this thing like an 8.5, due to the fact, the only reason I'm giving like an 8.5 because I wish it had a little bit more premium built to it, you know what I mean? Like, I spent a lot of money on the controller, it should have some type of premium build. It doesn't really feel any different from the DualShock 4 that you buy for $60, you know what I mean? Just these paddles and stuff like that. But that's my only real little gripe with it. But overall, it's a great controller. If you're into first person shooters, definitely try and pick one up, because it would definitely elevate your game, you know what I mean? But yo, let me know in the comment section below how you feel. Is it that important for you to do that? Let me know. But yeah, it's your boy Jay Barry. Just want to let you guys know, 8.5 out of 10, and I'm gone. Deuces.